Welcome to Real Life Reviews, and today, with the help of my trusty assistant, an old pool boy, we're going to take a look at the Petzel NAO Reactive Lighting Technology Headtorch. The first thing is reactive lighting technology. This head torch has a sensor in the top and it will respond to the conditions around you, the light conditions that is. So there are two modes to this head torch. It could be in constant lighting, you've still got that option, or it could be in reactive, and the head torch will adjust its brightness depending on what you need to see outside. What's the genuine effect from this, apart from the fact that it's quite strange for the first couple of times you see it happen, but then you really get used to it and it's very, very efficient? Well, in maximum output mode, constant lighting, Petzel claims something in the region of an hour and a half burn time. That's with the lithium-ion battery that comes with this head torch. Whereas in reactive lighting mode, maximum output, which is 575 lumens for this torch, Petzel reckon you can extend that to something in the region of 6.5 hours burn time. If you want something even more powerful, then there is also a 700 lumens version of this torch. So let's get straight to the real business end, the actual light output. On the top part of the torch, we have the sensor, and then to the bottom left, as if you were wearing it, we have the sort of main reactive beam. This will dim and brighten depending on the surrounding light. And then on the right hand side we have what is really an on-off very strong beam, and we'll look at how these work together in a short while. Moving to the side of the head torch, we have the on-off switch. It's not only an on-off switch though, it's got a lock mode. That's not intended for when you're wearing the head torch, it's for when it's in transit. And if you rotate the switch 180 degrees back towards you, then it's locked. And the reason for that is that when you're transporting the head torch around, or it's in a backpack, in the car, it can't accidentally get switched on. Now let's take a quick look at the operating modes on this head torch. And I'm just going to tilt it a little bit so we're not going to shine it directly into the camera and blind everybody that's watching it. Now, to turn this head torch on, it's simply a case of move the switch to the front and let go. And there the head torch is on, it's in constant mode at the moment, and that's on its maximum output. If I just touch the switch and just tilt it forwards and engage it, you will see it went down in power. And if I do it again, there we go, it's off. So that's constant mode. It's push it forwards to come on, push it forwards to dim it, and push it forwards to turn it off. It's quite a common head torch sort of functionality where you scroll through. Now to change functions, if I turn it on, to put it into reactive mode, I push it forwards and hold it for 2 seconds, and that is now in reactive mode, and it is lighting the surroundings based on the light that's happening at the moment in this room. If I take a coffee mat and I push it over the top of the sensor, I push it a little bit, we'll see the left hand lens or the left hand light varies in its intensity, and if I completely close it, on comes the second one. If I come off the sensor a little bit, there we go, light goes off, and then the left hand one, variable, and comes lighter. And that's the variable light mode. And it works really well, I've got to say. And if I want to go back into constant mode, I again simply hold it forwards for 2 seconds. That's my full brightness. Knock it back again, less bright, longer burn time, and one more to turn the torch off. Now, other features about this head torch. It doesn't have a stretchy band that goes all the way around your head. It's got a stretchy band at the front where the head unit is, and then it divides into 2 cords which actually work really well at spreading the load and making what is genuinely a little bit heavier than perhaps your normal head torch, but it helps it to sit very comfortably on your head. Moving to the back, we have the battery unit for the lithium-ion battery, and it will also take 2 AAA batteries should you want some backups if you're going out for a long overnight adventure race, or you're actually using it in the hills and you're doing a bit of hill walking and mountaineering. My initial thoughts were that this would be a little bit heavy to run with. But what it does have on top, it has a top strap, and once you've got this torch set up, it sits really nicely on your head. And I have to say, the first time I used it, I went 2 or 3 steps and I thought, I don't like this. I could feel the head unit moving, but honestly, after about 5 steps, it had settled on my head, and then I didn't notice it. And for the first few runs I did, I was really trying to feel the head torch. I'm not sure I'd like one any heavier, but I can genuinely say that this torch was comfortable, and it very quickly became part of what I was wearing, and I didn't notice it, and it certainly didn't interrupt my running in any way. So what about the weight? Well, if you've watched our videos before, here are the trusty Real Life Reviews scales, and Petzel claim a weight of 187 grams for this unit. Well, if we put the unit on the scales, we come to 194 grams. That's slightly heavier than advertised. And as far as these scales go, they've weighed numerous items of sports equipment before, and they've been absolutely bang on with the advertised weight. So I think that's just a teeny bit naughty of Petzel. 187, 194, it's only 7 grams, but it is weighing heavier than what it says on the box. This isn't because they've tried to be clever and give a weight with the 2 AAA batteries in, because I've done that, and the weight of the unit with the AAA batteries is 169 grams, so obviously that's quite a bit lighter. So what more can I tell you about this head torch? Well, first up, Petzel have a free download on their website, and once you've downloaded that, you can plug this head torch into your laptop or your PC, and you can program it and adjust the output from the head unit. Now, I can see a really good use for that. Okay, day to day, you can plug in and recharge this unit as often as you like. But if you're into mountaineering and hill walking, or your adventure events, and you're going to be doing something overnight, then the ability to reduce the intensity of the output and prolong battery life has got to be a really good thing. And I can see a great use for that. Number 2, this head torch has an IPX4 rating. What does that mean? Well, IP stands for International Protection, and the International Protection marking then has 2 digits after it. The first referring to solid particle ingress, and the IP is often referred to as ingress protection. And the X means that there's no data for that, and no surprise, there's no need for it. But the important bit is the 4, the second. So the 4 means that this has passed the splash protection, and it's splash protection from any direction. And that is really useful, because if you're like me, you're going to be out running in the rain. If you're going to use it in the hills, it's bound to rain. So the IPX4 protection is a really, really good protection. It's not submersive. It is splash protection, but it's splash protection from any direction. So here we have it, the Petzel NAO Reactive Light Technology Head Torch. It's a little bit heavier than perhaps what you might be looking for if you're going for a straight out and out running head torch. But having said that, when you wear it, you don't notice that, surprisingly so. And it's become my go-to head torch in the mornings. I do 2 runs a week that I go before work, and it's pitch black now, and I wear this every single time. The beauty of this head torch, well, 2 beauties really. 1, it's rechargeable, but 2, it then doubles up as an adventure torch. Climbing, camping, hill walking, adventure, events overnight. So it can do both jobs. Well, if you've enjoyed the review, please give it a thumbs up, and do subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. This head torch can be bought from Wiggle, and down below in the description is a link to their website. And of course, Real Life Reviews just gets a small percentage, which helps keep the channel going. Alternatively, head across to our new website, which is just getting up and running, www.reallifereviews.co.uk. Thank you.